Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask Tamara Barringer and Rufus Edmisten. Once again, our state Senate has passed a bill against the creation of wind farms in our eastern counties. Harry Brown, the leading force against wind farms, says it's to protect military airspace, but the military authorities have consistently said they don't present that much of a problem. Why are Brown and so many other legislators opposed to the creation of electricity from wind, Tamara?
That perplexes me as well. In poll after poll and election after election, Republicans support clean energy, particularly wind. It's a vital source of revenue for our farmers. It provides inexpensive and cheap electricity for our homes, for our businesses, and all of that. As a matter of fact, my good friend Bob Steinberg actually ran in the Republican primary against a proponent of the wind moratorium and won. I don't understand.
And there's a big wind farm in Elizabeth City.
Right, and I don't understand, and I don't have an answer for you either.
It's interesting to me, but Harry is just adamant about this. Rufus, what's your take on this? Is it a lot of hot air?
When you
or windy air?
Well, windy. It's windy. They had a windmill on Howard's Knob in Boone one time.
Yes, they did. I remember that. Huge thing.
The largest in the country.
And a big storm came and tore it apart.
Tore it up, and it caused people to lose their TV connections. But at the same time, when you have somebody who's so adamantly opposed to something, look and see who might be trying to influence that person. Is it a power company that does not particularly like wind power? Just who is it? It's not the military, as Tamara said. There's a great economic value to wind power. I mean, these farmers that I know are just incensed about the fact that their land is lying there barren, and nobody, and Harry Brown and others do not want them to have the right to rent that land to run solar power. It doesn't make any sense.
I think almost all of us would agree that some reasonable restrictions would be fine, and certainly being in the flight path of major airspace like Oceana, Norfolk, or even around Cherry Point and Seymour Johnson and so forth like that. But our coast has great potential for this. And so what's it going to take to move this? Do you agree with, by the way, first of all, with Rufus, that there might be some lobby behind this that's Harry's not the kind of guy who usually gets influenced by those things.
I agree. He's a real stand-up guy. I don't know the answer to that, and it certainly could be a possibility. But I tell you, I think what will change is that the people of North Carolina, notwithstanding their political bent, Republicans and Democrats, embrace clean energy, particularly wind. Our farmers, our families, we need multiple sources of electricity, of energy, and that's what's going to change it because the people demand it.
And most of these are privately invested facilities, is that correct?
That is very correct. And the government, even the national government, as far as I know, endorses this concept.
Well, and they've given subsidies, I think, for tax incentives for producing these wind farms, like they do with solar, which there is interestingly a big Republican pushback on solar. I don't see it on windmills.
Well, the interesting thing too, you mentioned subsidies. If you look at the numbers, fossil fuel has been subsidized tremendously in the millions of dollars through history, and still currently. And our clean energy subsidies are falling; they are reducing. And so, and that doesn't mean that our government doesn't support them. It means they're more efficient and can get the job done.
Yeah, because the cost of installation of most of
That's
these
right.
things
It's the economics.
I'm sure we'll be talking about this again soon. But thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.